Here's Poke Dad here. Alongside with me is my wingman, Mr. I'm not gonna lick any white dog poo.
KK Shiv 128.
And also we have a special guest. She's been called the Mary Poppins of Pokemon, practically perfect in every way.
Pokemon.
And today we're gonna give you our top 5 SM6 Forbidden Light Pokemon cards. So we're gonna go through. We're gonna start at number 5. Each of us will give why we believe it's going to make an impact on the meta, or maybe its future potential on the meta. And who wants to start us off?
Mom?
I have more than 5.
Oh, God.
Ugh. Is that a problem?
Yeah, since I said we're only doing top 5,
There's
that
so
is
many
a problem. All right, then,
that I read through.
Then give us your honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions. All right, that first one, number 2.
Okay.
Say it.
Alolan Executor.
Yeah. I just thought it looked good because for each basic energy in your discard, you get 20 more damage.
That's only up to 5.
Right, so you can hop off at like 120.
So you're planning to... Well, I don't completely disagree with that. I don't know if I would put it in a top 10, but it's definitely something that has potential. It's got a nice 160 health, which is excellent for stage 1.
I think that's maybe the best for non-GX stage 1.
Yeah, and the attack, I don't hate it, but right now...
and that's just with one grass energy attached to it.
The problem,
so it's not like you have to have a bunch of energies attached to it.
But we have Gliscopod.
Gliscopod that does 120.
Hey, I was just telling you, it's an honorable mention.
Yeah, I think it has potential. My concern is getting those fire or those energy in the discard pile without battle compressors. So that means, unless you're playing expanded, I don't see this guy making an impact in standard. And even in expanded, I mean, Zork, Skyfield is just going to one-shot everything on the table, so you definitely don't want to be two-shotting. So maybe you could use it with like an Evolutions or something to hit everything for weakness, but I see it has potential. Just right now, I don't see it making an impact.
All right.
Did you have another honorable mention?
Let me look here at my notes. Go down. Keep going.
You could just tell me the name.
I could, but then I'd say it wrong.
No, that makes it even better. What does it start with?
Is it Tyrantrum?
Tyrantrum. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It has potential.
Well,
yes,
yeah.
It does.
So what I liked about it is that it does 60 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon, and then it takes 30 less damage. So, but that's if you have this. I just like the ability on it. If you have the same amount or fewer Pokemon in play than your opponent, I like that ability. As I was reading through, that's what I saw.
And the attack is really good.
The attack cost, it'd be better if it was a fighting DCE. So my only concern with this card is the second fighting cost and the energy cost. So I do think it's good at 160. Once again, we're going to talk about this number a lot. 150, there's a lot of decks that can hit the 150. That's why, Glade is super good, but, it'll take 2 prizes against Zork, and then it'll go down to something. 150 is fairly easily reached by a lot of Pokemon. 160, just that 10 damage held makes a huge difference.
It does.
It's kind of like the difference between a 180 versus a 190, and that's pretty huge also. So
especially back in the day where 180 was pretty much everything would get there, but trying to do that plus 10 more damage.
Yep. So
They're impossible.
I agree. I think it has potential.
I also like the Greninja GX.
Yes. I've thought about this card.
Hey, honorable mention.
I've thought about this card a lot, and the more I think about it, the more I kind of like it. It's got the old Crobat. Once it comes into play, put 3 damage counters on any of your Pokemon. So let's figure this out real quick. So you have the Frogadier that lets you put 2. Then Greninja GX lets you put 3, so that's 5 damage counters. So you're hitting for 110, so you're at 160, and then Choice Band 190 gets you there. And
But you don't have to just put those damage counters on the active Pokemon. You could put those damage counters on a bench Pokemon if you're trying to back down some of those also.
And then use Shadow Assassin to take out what's on the bench. So I'm not arguing. I think it's good.
Yeah. I do agree.
I originally thought, you could play a 1 or 2 of in
run it like a
regular. I think it could be its own archetype. I'm thinking 3. I'm thinking go 4 Froakie, 4 Frogadier, and 3 Greninja. Or you could run it with a Zoroark, since you're going to be running DCE for the double colorless attack cost. You could just do Greninja GX, Zoroark GX.
Yeah.
So what about Malamar?
Is that on your honorable?
That's your honorable mention.
Malamar. Its ability, energy from discard to bench.
So that's not a top 5 for you.
Well, I starred 3 for sure, and then I just wasn't sure about these other ones I wrote down of like where to put them in my list. But I just looked down at Cadence and saw it was there too, so
okay.
Cheating a little bit.
Well, let's go. Caden, did you have any honorable mentions?
Sylveon and Gumi.
Sylveon.
I mean, can we also say that any of these GX, they all have solid attacks?
Do they?
Do they not?
Not you, Toller.
Xerneas.
How?
All right, make me a believer. How?
Yeah.
How is 1 dart for 20 damage and then heal the same amount? So Choice Band, you're doing 50 and you can heal 50. That's okay.
Okay, if you just have one energy already attached to it.
Why can't I attach the energy to the card you first talked about and do 120? Or why can't I attach that 1 grass to Gliscopod and do 120? Or
I'm just
Lucario
saying, you could
GX and do 120.
Any of these GX
are
going to be, you could have something positive to say about all of them.
3 colorless for 100 damage. Okay.
That's not that bad. Is it? I mean,
It's-
I'm not the Pokemon expert you say I am, so this is just me reading.
Okay, first of all, here's my biggest issue right there: 180 health. We're to the point in the format where you need to have 190 or higher, and then your damage. All right, so your health cap is low, right? And then your damage cap is low, and it's 3 colorless. So you can cheat it with DCE, but you're going to be running Dark anyways to run the first attack or to run the GX attack. And that's if your opponent's Pokemon has exactly 4 damage counters on it, it's knocked out, which is fine. That's not a bad
For
GX.
1 energy.
We've definitely had worse GX attacks
So if
than
you
that.
hit it twice, if you have to do that on turn 3, and you've already hit it twice with just 1 energy, and now you're on turn 3 and
Well, the problem is you've already been
you have 40.
You've already been KO'd because you only have 180 health.
Okay, well,
And then
that's what I thought.
And then
What about Xerneas?
Okay. 1 energy, you do 20 and 20, so it's a worse Buzzwole. Because Buzzwole's doing 30 and 30, and it has strong energy and Diancie. So we've seen Buzzwole already hit 100 and then 30 to the bench. So, and then you have less HP. than Buzzwole also. You're at the 180. And this is a main attacker. You know, this isn't a support Pokemon like Dawn Wings where it has 180, but it has a more support role. It's not going to be going in there trying to take a hit.
Stop that.
And then you do
Trying to cheat.
120 damage for Fairy Colorless. That's reminiscent to the old Xerneas basic
Oh.
non-GX, non-EX attack damage. I think you have to discard a fairy with that attack.
Yeah.
And then the GX, move all damage counters from each of your Pokemon to your active. I mean,
I guess that is pretty good.
that's alright.
I didn't have it starred as one of my top ones, but I did write it down as
What Xerneas?
when I read through that. Yeah, the Xerneas in Utah. When I read through, I was like, oh, that's not too bad.
I don't think this GX attack is good unless you're against spread decks, or if they're spreading with Coco a lot.
And those aren't really even popular.
Not right now, not till...
Alright, so let's look at the Zygarde GX. Because that one's starred
Okay.
on my list.
Okay, so the Zygarde.
What about
That-
my honorable mention?
Oh,
Oh.
sorry.
So let's touch on
They're both right there.
Sylveon.
What are your honorable mentions?
Sylveon and then Gumi, which is right below it.
90 HP, 1 colorless, wink. Your opponent reveals their hand. You may discard a supporter card from there. If you do, you may use the effect of that supporter. We talked about if you're going and you hit your opponent with a red card and
Judge.
yeah, you could use double supporter. It doesn't say that you can't. So let's assume now you hit them with red card and they have one supporter, and let's say it's a Sycamore. So now they're down to 3 cards with no draw support. So they're in a bad way. They're top deck mode. I like it in Sylveon decks for the control.
Yeah, I put it on the honorable mention because you can really only run it with the other Sylveon decks and maybe Gardevoir, but other than that, you can't really use it for anything else.
What were you thinking in the Gardevoir?
You know how you can magical ribbon,
Uh-huh.
and then maybe if you can slow them down to your pace using that Sylveon red card method, then you can do better. But, I don't know.
Well, the Gardevoir decks usually have enough room for text. I mean, we've seen 4 max potions in them. We've seen Diancie. We've seen Octillery and stuff like that. So you're thinking maybe use it as tech in Gardevoir to slow them down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a pretty good option to go for, but I think maybe the Gumi would be better in that deck.
I mean, you discard one of their supporters, but isn't it beneficial that you've now seen their whole hand, so you know maybe what they're going to be coming at you with next?
Absolutely. It's reminiscent to the picking red card, or there's another card where they were like Team
Gets us.
Skullgrunt.
Is that what you were just talking about?
Yes.
Is it Team Skullgrunt or what is it? Where you look at their hand and then they discard 2 energies from it?
I'm pretty sure it's Team Skullgrunt. That sounds right.
Okay, so
What was your other honorable mention?
I like Sylveon. I like
What?
Sylveon.
Gumi.
Where's
Gumi.
that?
Right there. Ability, Sticky Membrane. If this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, the attack cost of your opponent's attack is colorless more. I wish he didn't have to be active. I think he's good, and I think he has a better spot in the Gardevoir deck, like what you're talking about, than Sylveon. I don't like that he has to be active. Now, you're gonna find out for Charlotte Regionals. I kind of caught wind of a deck that might see some play, and that's a Trevenant variant. In whether it's a tech of in the Gliscod or just a straight Zoroark with like a Trevenant with the Poltergeist attack.
The one that makes him one more.
Makes their I don't. No, that's the Psychic Trevenant, I think.
So,
that has Nervous Seed, but
Is it
Why
the
is
grass
this
one?
gonna be good if it's a 40 HP and you're active? Isn't
'Cause-
that just gonna get knocked out like that?
No.
No, because Zorak. Let's pretend you're against a Zorak Gliscod, and Gliscod attacks is one grass, right?
Okay.
To do first impression. Well, now they have to commit 2 grass energies or a DCE to the Gliscod, or if they're going in with Zorak, now they have to commit DCE and a grass energy or 2 DCEs. So it forces them to either Guzma around Gumi or commit multiple energy to that one Pokemon. And if they're committing multiple energy to one, that means they're not building up a threat on the bench.
And then you pull up Gardevoir, and then you do 30 for each energy on each Pokemon, right?
Gardevoir energy stacks like that, 30 for each more energy, so
Making them overcommit is gonna help the Gardevoir out do even more damage.
Gotcha.
so I think it could be pretty spicy in a Gardevoir deck, huh?
Yeah, I think one of maybe.
I
I
think
think
definitely
one.
one, maybe 2 we'd have to see on deck space, but I like it. I don't have it in my top 5 or an honorable mention, but I think it does have potential. And like you said, you could always just get a fairy energy and a choice band and just go in hard for 40 damage a turn, right?
Indeed, you can.
That still seems very bad, but okay, moving along. Let me give my honorable mention here. And it is none other than Zygarde GX. 200 HP. Completely awesome.
Can I just say that that's your honorable mention, but I have that as one of my starred on my list that I
Okay.
put in one of my top.
200 HP. Colorless. So we're running it with DCE, folks. 50 damage attached to fighting from your discard pile to this Pokemon. It does not specify if it has to be basic or it can be strong. So I'm assuming, the way I'm reading this, it's strong energy. So we can attach 2 strongs. Awesome. Just like the Carbink. Landswrath, 130 for fighting, DCE.
So that's just getting it built up quicker,
It's
right?
Not
Yes.
like the Carbink.
I'm thinking, and I will have a.
Hold up.
Carbink is to any Pokemon. That's just to itself.
This is just to. I'm just talking about it can attach to 2 energies like
that
Carbink.
part is like Carbink.
So, and then it's got a nice GX attack, 150 damage, and it kind of has immunity from your opponent's Pokemon GX or EX. Super good. So they have to Guzma around if they're gonna attack into it, unless they're using a non-GX, non-EX. I'm thinking Zorak, Zygarde. We're already running DCE. We'll get the draw engine. We're going to discard some fighting. We're going to get him powered up super quick. And I really like it. The reason why he's an honorable mention for me and not in the top 5 is right there. This grass weakness, with as popular as Gliscod is going to be a major issue. So, what do you think?
We both agree that that's part of top 5.
I put that in my
That's
top
what he was just saying, is that he put it in his top 5. I got it starred on my list.
Super good.
Superstars in our eyes,
So-
but not yours. So that's all right.
No, I think it's good.
Yeah, but just an honorable. You think there's 5 other that are better.
I
So we'll talk about that in a
do
minute.
think that
Any
there's
other honorable
probably-
mentions
He does.
for you?
I do not.
Okay. So let's look at... No. Let's look at Ultra Necrozma GX.
I have that on my list.
Start on my list. Start on your list.
He's number 5 on my list.
Okay?
Okay.
Go for it.
Basic Pokemon, Ultra Beast, Photon Geyser, 20 plus damage. Discard all basic Psychic Energy from this Pokemon. It does 80 damage more for each Psychic Energy discarded this way.
There's a card that I play in my... Whew. There's a card I play in the Boo deck that does that, right? That I have the
Nature's Judgment.
option of discarding all my energy on Boo, right?
Well, you
Yeah.
want to discard, otherwise you're just going to do 20 damage.
Right.
50.
So,
Okay.
Destructive Light is their GX. You can only use it if you and your opponent have 6 or less prize cards remaining. Place 6 damage counters on each of your opponent's Pokemon. Not that good, but I think I would rather just be photon geysering people in the face every turn. So
does seem like a better plan.
Yeah, but every time you would have to discard your energy.
Then you use.
So what are you going to use to get your energy built back up?
Malamar.
Malamar, Dawn Wings, and Necrozma.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right.
Weakness to Fairy.
Not that big.
You're going to be discarding, so typically you're just going to have 1 metal on it. So 60 damage is what you're going to be starting out taking from Gardevoir, and then how many energy would they need?
You'll be taking 120 because they have to
have energy, so 120. So yeah, you're getting 1 shot no matter what, unless
it takes some 3 energies.
So you're getting 1 shot. So Gardevoir, I don't look for this to be beating that unless they just don't set up quick. At that point, almost any deck can beat Gardevoir if they're struggling. So we like it. I have it as my number 5, and you've got it starred. Caden, what'd you have it as?
I kind of just have it on my list. I don't really have my.
We didn't rank them really.
Okay.
We just have it.
So
Yeah.
number
All
4.
right, I'm going to tell you my other one that I have starred. My last one I have starred.
Okay.
You're my lady.
Oh dear.
I did that just for Catherine Porter. A little bit of song in here.
All right, lady. Search your deck for 4 basic energy cards. Reveal them, put them in your hand, and shuffle your deck. All right, so make me a believer here.
Well, if you're playing a deck that needs a lot of energy built up on it, like the one I can't think of the name, Magnezone, and you need a lot of energy built up, this card would be great in that deck.
Okay, I guess it will.
Am I wrong?
I think it's better than Fisherman.
Yeah, I agree with that.
In a deck like that, I think it's better than Fisherman. It could work in a deck like that. It could also work in Doug Trio.
What about if you just want to get your bench built up quickly?
Then I would not play this card.
Then you use.
I would play Max Elixir or something if I'm looking to accelerate energy.
Look, that was my thoughts. You think I'm crazy for it? That's all right.
Okay.
I think you're either way too far ahead of the game or way too far behind in the game to be.
When I read it, I thought, whoa, that's cool. So that's really all my thoughts on it.
Or you can just play Professor's Letter and get 2 energy.
You could.
And you could play all 4.
But, being the expert I am,
I
was going off was this list.
You do know best.
I wasn't going off of any other cards that are out there. I was just going off this list, what I saw.
Okay.
So if there's better cards than Lady, so be it. I liked it. And I like that you can sing a little jingle with it while you play it.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Seems.
Anybody else have that on their list?
No, it just missed out on my list.
What about Lily?
Lily's a reprint.
Lily's a reprint. It doesn't count.
Then why is it on here?
It's a good card.
It's a really good card.
What about Diantha? Diane.
That's kind of a teammates for the discard pile for Fairy decks. So I think it goes into Gardevoir.
I think it can only go into that deck.
It only goes into Gardevoir. Well, it could go into the Xerneas Break.
Oh.
It could.
Oh. Sorry.
Can we talk about one more that's on my list?
Okay.
Poke Baby was all up in my lap. I even had to write this left-handed. What about Beast Energy?
Okay.
That's definitely on my list.
It is number 3 on my list.
It's on my list. So I only had 4 starred. All the rest were honorable mention. This one's one of my starred ones.
Well,
I had 4.
Between us and the viewers, I think you should unstar the lady.
Okay.
But let's move on to this Beast Energy. It provides colorless energy. While this card is attached to an Ultra Beast, it provides every type of energy, but provides only one at a time. The attacks of the Ultra Beast this card is attached to does 30 more damage. So, Buzzwole is going to love this.
It's a rainbow energy and a choice band into one.
Super good. Goes into every beast deck, right?
Yes, it does.
I mean, is there a reason not to play it?
You don't have it.
There you go. Or you don't have a beast.
Reason not to play it.
If you don't have a beast in your deck, don't play it. But if you do have a beast, then it's going to be awesome. So, super good. I think it's busted. Good thing you can only have one of.
Oh, gosh.
Did you know that we had another special guest that's coming on tonight?
I did not.
Did you know that?
I wasn't
not aware.
of this.
Okay, well, once we're finished with our list, I'm going to tell you about the special guest. So, hurry it up.
Who could have
Because the other special guest is waiting patiently to have a guest appearance. That's all I got. What do y'all have?
Caden?
You watching his iPad right now? I have
Y'all are going to want to see this special guest.
Diancie.
Diancie, that's my number 2. Number 2. Diancie Prism Star. You can't have more than one Prism Star. We know this. Ability of Princess Veil.
I know that.
If this Pokemon is on your bench, then your fighting Pokemon's attacks do 20 more damage to your opponent's active. Fighting, Diamond Rain, Let It Rain. 90 damage, and then heal 30 from each of your bench Pokemon. Super, super good. Goes in every fighting deck. It'll be in the Zygarde Zoroark. It'll be in your Buzzwole. It'll be in your Zoroark Lycanroc, probably. It's
Tell me what the Prism Star. Tell me what that's all about.
oh
Because I
dear.
saw lots
Pokemon,
of.
you're supposed to be the expert.
I saw lots of cards that were talking about Prism Star.
You can only play one of it.
Yeah.
When it goes to the discard pile, it goes into the lost zone.
And you can't recover it.
As of right now, you cannot recover a card in the lost zone.
Okay.
So it'll go like above your prizes, sideways.
Okay.
When it's discarded or makes its way into the discard pile.
But there's several different Prism Star cards, right?
And
Yeah,
you can run more than.
You can run more than one prism card. You just can't run more than one of the same prism cards.
Okay.
But Diancie, ultra awesome. It's my number 2. Caden, you got anything else to add?
It's definitely a great card.
Yes, definitely pick up one. It for sure immediate impact into any fighting deck. So, all right.
We already mentioned Malamar, right?
Have we?
And so is that one
If
just
you're
gonna sit
honorable
on your bench?
I didn't. Mommy,
Yeah.
Pokemon mentioned Malamar.
Yeah. It's.
Once during your turn, you may attach Psychic Energy from your discard pile to your bench Pokemon. Psy Missile, the more I think about it, this is a viable attack. Psychic, Colorless, do 60 damage. Not the worst, but I could definitely see using it. You're just 10 short of knocking out Buzzwole with it, with a Choice Band. So, I have it as number 4 on my list, so I think it comes straight in. You can build several different archetypes off of it. It's what Psychic's been needing for years now.
Yes,
So.
it has been needing it.
So anything else to add there, Pokemon?
No, we already talked about it earlier.
We did?
Yep.
Okay, so,
That's it for my list.
okay, my number 1, which we have not talked about yet, is none other than Volcanion Prism Star. Ability Jet Geyser. Once during your turn, you may discard a water energy from your hand. If you do, your opponent switches their active with one of their bench. Water, Sauna Bomb, 100 damage, and then it does 20 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Okay, so the attack is okay. Not the worst, definitely not the best, but the ability. We've seen how busted Lycanroc, Bloodthirsty Eyes, being able to essentially Lysander and play another supporter all in the same turn is just super good. And now you're going to be able to do it every single turn with this guy. I like it. I really, really like it. And
What all decks would you run it with, though?
I'm going to kind of let the cat out of the bag, but I am going to build an Alolan Marowak, Alolan Ninetales. And he will definitely be in it to bring up stuff and just pick them off. And discard energy, I have Aqua Patch. So I am really, really liking this guy. Greninja.
The opponent gets to choose which to switch.
No.
No. You choose. Oh, wait. No. Yeah, you're right. As of right now, the translation reads that the opponent would switch. So your opponent would choose which one to switch.
So unlike Guzma where you choose,
Right.
they're getting to choose what they're going to put up.
Yeah, and that makes it a little bit worse, but I still really like him. I think it's good. He has the 160 health. That's beautiful.
I guess you may be able to run it with Toad and Expanded. Maybe get something stuck in the active and Quake and Punch Poison.
The only problem, like Pokemon pointed out, is your opponent chooses what to switch. So,
Yeah, I don't think
I still like it.
Alright, wrap this up. I'm going to get our other special guest ready.
I'll go good.
Okay.
He needs his binder.
Oh, okay. Yay.
What are you going to say?
What am I going to say about what?
You're wrapping it up, so...
Okay, so, in closing, the set has a few super impactful cards. The Malamar, the Diancie is going to be really good. We're going to build a deck around Zygarde and Zoroark and just kind of see how it fares against the known meta right now. And we'll definitely test Goomy in the Gardevoir and see how it goes. And then we showcased a deck on Ultra Necrozma, and we didn't like how it was kind of inconsistent. So we're definitely going to do some tweak and kind of retool it. We're even going to try out like a Metagross version of it, but I don't know if that's going to be any better than Malamar. We really like Necrozma. We just don't know the best way to play him right now. We think it's Malamar, but we're just not comfortable with the list as of right now. So,
Look!
We had a little
Here's our little
situation.
special guest.
What is it?
You are a special guest. So tell them what happened today. When we went to the store, what did we get?
Pokecard.
We got some Poke cards. And did you get a good one? Did you want to show everybody what you got? You do? Okay.
Did you get a Tapu Lele?
Did you guys have a Lele?
No,
No.
I got.
But you have before. This boy gets lucky.
Yeah,
he's got mad pulls.
He does have mad pulls.
I got that one.
Oh,
Eevee.
yeah, but you got that because you know Mommy likes Eevee.
Yeah.
Even though we still don't know what animal it is.
I looked it up. It's a fox.
There he is.
There he is.
Show it to the camera. Up here.
Over there. I'm not the camera.
Hold it up like this. Look at this boy and his mad pulls.
We
Can you
can't
see
see.
it? What? Oh,
Yep,
try
there it is. A rainbow rare Palkia.
Wow. You got so lucky, didn't you?
Yeah, and I
What?
got it.
What else do you want to tell everybody you got?
I got that one.
You did. What else?
And that one.
A mean
Oh, an Empoleon. These are the ones that made him super happy today. That's all you gotta do. Bribe the little one in the grocery store with a pack of Poke cards
But
and
Mommy,
it's perfect
and
angel.
then it can be free.
I got you too.
Oh,
Alright. Tell everybody, thanks for looking at my cards. No? Alright.
Okay, so KK Shiv, what is going to win Charlotte this weekend?
What did you think was gonna win?
Ooh.
No, I'll say last. So,
I didn't
so
think about that.
Pokemon, what's going to win this weekend in Charlotte?
Zygarde.
Not playable.
Oh.
None of the cards on the list
I
are playable.
didn't him. The shiny one.
Alright, be quiet.
I'm gonna say Bulu. You know how
Okay.
much I love my Bulu deck.
Okay, so KK, what you got?
Maybe the Holo Kyoe, maybe with not a spicy DCE tech, but
And I'm gonna go with
Valley.
Zork Lycanroc, Paw Patrol, Fox and the Hound, whatever you want to call it. Paw Patrol, Fox and the Hound.
I
So
think him.
I don't think he's playable yet, babe. So that's it for Poke Dad, Poke Mom, and Poke Son, and Poke Baby. And subscribe, like, follow,
Baby daddy.
and can you say be excellent to each other? Say it.
Yeah. Excellent to each
Louder.
other.
And
Be
party,
excellent to each other.
and party on, dudes.